My name is Brian of Tur and I'm an NSO at Dublin Roller Derby. In this video I'm going to look at undo and replace, or how to fix things up when you make a mistake in relation to timing. So the first thing to state at the outset, if you do have a problem and you don't know how to quickly fix it, take an official timeout, signal to your jam timer, don't compound your mistake. So anyway, let's look here. So currently in undo mode, as this button has not been clicked. Let's say we're in a jam. And let's say that you hear some whistles. There was a penalty whistle or a lead whistle or something, and you think it's the jam stop. So you stop the jam. It turns out actually that was a mistake. So you can use the unstop jam button. And hey, people probably didn't notice. So that's the undo functionality. So if you accidentally stop a jam, that's how you deal with it. Let's say we have something a little more complicated. So that jam stops. And you hear a starting whistle. Off we go at the 30 seconds. Tweet, 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 tweet. Oh, it's actually a timeout because a jammer wasn't fielded. So I guess we'll unstart that jam and start a timeout. Now, the problem is, it's an official timeout. It's an interference penalty for delay a game. So we need to fix our period clock. So you can get the correct number of the jam timer. Alternatively, 30 seconds on the jam clock, 14 seconds on the lineup clock. So if we add 44 seconds onto the period clock, it'll be right. So we can just press that button a lot, get us back in. So this also brings us then to the replace button, which makes this a little easier. So I'll end our timeout and switch into replace mode. So start a jam, stop a jam. Okay, so let's say we start a jam, but actually, no, that was really a timeout. So we've got a replace button now, and we can choose, like, okay, I pressed replace. I pressed start jam, but no. What I really pressed was timeout. I will notice the timeout's already 15 seconds in, so it's already corrected it. And at that point, you can go to official timeout, and there's nothing else to do. Like, it's already correctly handled. At some point, timeout will be over, and the new jam will start. So in general, you can press here and choose your action. So that start jam should have been a start jam. That start jam should have been a timeout. Or that start jam, I never pressed that button, it's like an undo. So that's basically your options for fixing up timing. Now, the other one to keep in mind, so start a jam, we'll stop a jam. Let's say you have that situation and you didn't think to press replace because, well, this has happened to me a few times, I'm just not used to the new feature. So let's say I start a jam and I hear the call-off whistle, so I immediately hit stop jam and start the timeout. I need to fix the situation because this, well, it says I finished jam 4, but jam 4 never happened. So in this case, my period clock's off by 3 seconds. So because 1, 2, 3, that's fixed. I now need to delete this jam 4 because it never happened. So I go here and I can click delete. I could also insert a jam if I needed to for some reason. And now it's fixed. And that's an official timeout. We're back at the end of jam 3. End the timeout. We're all good. I presume the penalty's been issued and we can start as normal. So in general, undo just undoes one action. Replace, which I would recommend enabling by default, will give you the option to not just undo something, but pretend you pressed a different button instead. So that's how you fix timing issues and deal with them.